Yeah, it doesn't just hold down. You have to.
That's kind of gay.
Yeah, it's.
I'm gonna go 35. Bam. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I hit record.
It's begun.
It's begun.
Welcome back to the Hot Action Comedy Podcast.
Live from the internet.
Live from the net. I'm
Live to
Tyler. I own half this shit. That's Alex. He owns half this shit.
This is true. We're both 51% part owners because we believe in 102%.
We give the extra 2%.
Yeah, I mean, come on, 110. That's, that always pisses me off. From a scale of 1 to 10, it's an 11. Why isn't it 15? Why did you even bother with the fucking scale?
Yeah.
Assholes. Anyway,
I don't know a lot of people that do that, to be honest.
You know who do? Bullshit type A salespeople. They're like, I need a ninja that can just come in and fucking take care of this shit, It's like fucking assholes like that. I'm a lot.
You know what's funny
is
that you put on like a country accent when you start making fun of that stereotype. Is that what you noticed? Yeah.
Probably, I don't know. It's because I just associate it with like ignorance and not paying attention to
dumb Southern people.
I'm from I was born in Virginia. I lived in Texas before, and as a Californian, we always shit on everything Southern because most of it sucks. Let's be honest.
I get it because I do the same thing. I just don't know why.
It's just the way. You know what? It's like in the UK, they'll do Welsh accents, or like they'll do like when they're roasting other or they'll do a Scottish accent or something.
Okay.
Like they'll be like, oh, because they sound retarded, everyone's always shitting on other people, right? I'm sure in India they're like, these lower caste people, let's
why Scottish? I mean, like
great, fucking water, because it just sounds like gargling rock sometimes.
I guess because we're not from there, I don't have that like the same way I think of Southern people or Southern accents is like weird and dumb and goofy. I don't associate anything with Scottish because we had some dudes we played video games with in Scotland, and they were really nice dudes.
I mean, I've been watching a Scottish dude, actually, Count Dankula. You familiar with him at all?
No.
Okay, well, you might have heard about him. So he had, he was the dude that was he did a video on YouTube that was like, it was a joke video. He premises this with this, but he's like, what's the most, uncute thing a dog could do? Be a Nazi. So he had to train his dog to and he said, gas the Jews or Heil Hitler, and the dog would put his arm up. And then he intercut a bunch of like Hitler, doing a speech and the dog's watching or Nazi. And apparently free speech laws are way different in the UK, and they arrested him for it. They were like, you're clearly a Nazi. Yes, Count Dankula with this meme video, and he ended up, it was a 2-year thing. He ended up getting fined £800 after it, but it ruined his fucking life. And he got, international fame for it. He's actually got a pretty good YouTube channel as well. I like his Mad Lads series he does.
Yeah.
But yeah, so after that, he went, fuck this. I'm not paying the fine. He did a GoFundMe for £100 or £100,000 to get a fucking badass
legal team
to because that's prior art now. That would be used to fuck other YouTubers.
Yeah.
So it's at £190, which I guess, I don't know. They're funny money. It's probably worth less with Brexit and all that.
I didn't know Scotland used pounds, to be honest with you.
The funny thing is,
I thought they would be on a different currency.
So they're all part of the UK, right? At least for the moment, because they're probably going to leave if the Brexit whole thing happens.
Yeah.
But when you're in the UK, you'll get English pounds when you're in England, and you'll get Scottish pounds when you're in Scotland,
okay.
And you'll get Northern Irish pounds when you're in Northern Ireland.
Okay.
But sometimes they'll be shitty about taking it's a fucking pound, but they'll be like, it's fucking British pound. I got that in Glasgow. And they're giving me, I'm like, this is your fucking money.
Yeah, it's their money, but they make a deal about it.
Yeah, and I'm like, I got this from a fucking jolly old, bank. Fuck you.
Huh.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like if the South had, we don't take those California dollars.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess to pull it back to the accents thing, there isn't an accent I associate with someone being an intellectual.
I mean, British accent, or the West, the transatlantic writer, doctor.
That just makes me mad. If you talk like that, I think you're an asshole.
I mean, no one actually talks like that anymore, and it turns out no one spoke that accent.
What's his name? No, not that specific. The way Malkovich, the way Malkovich talks, if like the weird thespian people that speak like that.
Or Kelsey Grammer. Kelsey Grammer kind of talks like that. You know, Frasier.
He doesn't bother me as much for some reason. I don't know why.
Because a lot of people tell him he's British or gay, and like
He's neither, right?
Right? No, he's got a daughter, and she plays voices Summer in Rick and Morty.
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, not that gay men can't have daughters, but generally you need a woman for that.
I don't know. Language is weird. Let's just settle it on that.
Especially English.
You saw the clip before I even.
One of them.
Yeah, you saw one of them. I'm gonna pull it up real quick here. Goat yoga. Who was watching goat yoga on here?
I don't know, but I like. There's beer yoga and there's goat yoga, and I do hot yoga, and I like to combine all three.
Do you?
So hot beer, goat yoga.
That sounds so gross.
I know.
So
but
this clip was
I'll watch people throw up.
from the early 2000s.
Arts and crafts. It's a lot of fun.
That was the most horrifying sound.
Oh my god! Because initially it sounds like a dog being kicked.
Yeah, this goes on for a while. She's still going.
Which do you think she?
It took them that long to cut away.
Yeah, I mean, the sleep at the switch, definitely. So do you think it's because she knocked the wind out of herself, or because?
I'm thinking she hit her nose and like maybe broke her nose and it was bleeding
she had
or something.
broken something to be going that long.
I genuinely think it had to be something with the nose and like maybe she was holding her head up and that's where you start to hear like the
Yeah, because like I don't make a lot of noise after I get hurt really bad. I've been hit pretty hard or run into shit pretty hard.
Because you get like that numbness. I don't know how to describe that feeling.
It's like the endorphins of like, Bink, we're gonna kind of hide that because it hurts so much.
Like it's like a ramping up to pain.
Yeah. It's just like you can't deal with this yet because we're trying to figure out what's going on.
But I don't know. I'm more curious. Have you ever made sounds like that in public? Not necessarily out of pain or anything. What's the weirdest sound you've made?
Oh God, fuck.
In public and like had to kind of explain yourself?
The problem is I talk to myself quietly, or sometimes I will mouth words that I'm thinking after I'm done talking. I'll be like, "Oh, that was a weird thing," and so people get really fucking weirded out. The worst sound I've made. I lost my mind at DPS. Well, in my car. So DPS is DMV here in Texas. Because for some reason it can't be the DMV. They can be fucking special. And
public safety.
Fuck you guys. It's the DMV, Department of Motor Vehicles.
No, we have a Department of Motor Vehicles, but the person you go to get your license is the Department of Public Safety. They're different entities.
Texas. And anyway, so I lost my ID. Stupidly, I'd like physically set it down when I was on 6th Street. Wasn't even drunk. I just got pizza, sat my wallet down next to me, and fucking someone went to Golden Check and bought gas with my card. Anyway,
I remember this, yeah.
Yeah. So I had to go to DPS, get a new license, and I have a car that I have a Texas title on because some fucking drunk asshole hit it, and I can't register it here because I can't fix the fucking brake light.
Yeah.
Because it's smashed in from the drunk asshole, which will be fixed later on this year. So when I was there, they like this fucking cunt was like, oh, I see you own a car here, so I need to see your inspection and your insurance for that car. And I was like, here's the thing. At this point, I was legitimately not driving that car. I was driving Nick's car.
Yeah.
So she was like, I can't give you an ID until you give me that. And I was like, what? Now I don't have an ID? So I fucking, and she needed, and I had to have a piece of mail because I had no proof that I lived here. I was like, fucking, okay. So I get in the car and I'm like, God fucking damn it. And I was screaming as loud as I probably screamed since I moved here. And I don't really scream. I'm loud, but I don't really yell. It was super embarrassing. There was a woman walking by and she saw me and I just went, what? And then
Jesus Christ.
I was out of my fucking mind. And then
it sounds like it.
However, end of the story. I came back. I found a dude who looked dead inside. I went to him instead. And and under the box, I checked under the piece of paper, like, no, I don't have a car. And he was like, yeah, fucking whatever. I got my license. So fuck you, state of Texas.
So wait, if you put that you don't own a vehicle, you can still get the license.
It's because they don't want to actively know uninsured people are driving with no registrations.
Sure.
And I do have insurance, so fuck you.
Okay. That's odd. I do have a similar story at the DMV. Or DPS. So I had gone there for license renewal,
Mm-hmm.
and I sounded like a
you.
wacko because they had asked about like medical history, and they said like, "Are you on? Like, we need to know what kind of medications that you're on because of this previous incident." I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah, like we need to know what."
Like, what are you on,
what
man?
what do you like? What's the medication that you take? I was like,
what are goofballs?
and I was getting frustrated with this guy because we were going in circles because I don't take any medications. And so eventually, like, I told her, like, I do not take any medications. And, like, I guess I'd gotten, like, louder at that point. And so I sound like the one fucking wacko at the GPS where because everyone's behind you sitting in all these chairs and stuff.
Yeah, and they want to die.
Yeah, and they're just waiting for you to hurry the fuck up so they can go up there and take their dead picture and then, move on.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here ranting. I'm not on any medication, sounding like I'm a fucking medicated person who needs to be medicated, maybe.
What? That's funny. On being on medications, I actually purposefully always take my license photo high.
Why?
So if I ever happen to be high and they look at my photo, they're like, "Oh, it always looks like that."
That's a stupid tactic.
It doesn't matter. Also, it's a way better way to get through DMV.
I don't get if you get pulled over, like, the police will know if you're high.
There's a lot of people. I mean, there's someone educated in that department. There's a lot of people that I'll be like, they're like, "You're high right now," and I'm like, "Oh shit, yeah." And I'm like, sort of wondering how they don't know. But I don't get red eye Jedi
Well,
generally.
obviously, I'm not going to go into why. I know a lot of LEOs, and they're not dumb people. Like, they can tell, I guarantee you, they don't bring it up because they don't give a shit.
Yeah, and like I've never been pulled over high ever because
And granted, we do live in, like, the most lax possible fucking area you could live in Texas.
yeah, and I work from home. I'm rarely driving.
Yeah.
It would be. Oh, that reminds me of getting out of that ticket.
Oh, tell that story,
Oh,
Jesus
white
Christ.
privilege is great,
This
guys.
the
I'm
most
sorry
white
for everyone that
privilege
doesn't
I've
have
heard all
this.
year. It's
So-
not even I don't want to say it like it's a bad thing. It's not like you asked for it.
No. Well,
But you're going to fucking take it like, you're not going to be like, "Oh, please give me that ticket."
you use any advantage.
Use it.
Use any
Use it.
advantage you have. These. If you got a fucking rich uncle who will give you money without diddling you, fucking take it.
Yes.
Like if you got some sort of scholarship program, fucking do it.
If someone
Like,
offers you like 50 grand to blow them and you don't, I'd be fucking so
Yo,
mad
I
at
take
you.
a shot in the mouth for way less. I've done it for free. Shit. I've done it for the
5.
love of the game.
5.
$5,000?
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, no, I could get a lot done with $5,000. Well, that's the thing. Like I've done it
I
for
can
fun. so
close
it's
my
like,
eyes
whatever.
and pretend for 8 minutes. I'm probably not good enough to hit the 8 minute.
Well,
How-
sucking dick
how-
is way easier than eating pussy. I'll tell you because it's all in front of you. But anyway,
There's another day.
I'm coming home with our roommate Nick. We just gotten some tacos, and it was his first time riding in my car. And I would go up this street by our house. I was gonna say it. I'm like, no, don't dox us.
Yeah, please.
And it's the street I would always haul ass up just for this little stretch because there's no turnoffs, so there's no one to for me to hit, and it's a fairly safe place to do it. There's nothing. Even if I went off, I'd hit fucking trees. I wouldn't even kill anybody, and there's no sidewalks there.
Yeah.
So I probably went 70, 75. I stopped and went all the way from from a dead stop to 75 miles an hour in a 35 probably, and I did a Yui, and right because I planned on doing that, taking it the speed, and going directly home. That was my plan. And I do the Yui. The second I do, woo, cherries and berries behind me. And I roll my window down. I take my keys out, put them on the thing, put them here, and I start laughing my fucking ass off because I know he's got me, and Nick, is laughing his ass off too because we know. Previously I've been talking about getting a ticket, so it was I deserved all of this. And as the dude's walking up, I went, "You got me." I was like, I was like, "Officer, you got me. I'm not even gonna try to lie. I know exactly what I was doing." Yeah, and he actually starts busting out laughing instantly because I was just like, and in my head, I'm like, "I fucking got him." Because I'm like, I got this. Because what I've always understood in a negotiation of anything is if you can make someone more friendly towards you, they're probably going to be a little nicer. And I knew don't fucking what was I doing, officer? No, he fucking got me. So he takes our IDs. I want to make sure we didn't do anything.
Yeah.
And his partner, and he goes, yeah, just hang here while hanging out with my partner while I'm checking this, and I'm like, a partner? And I was like, oh yeah, you guys work in pairs. The other dude snuck up on us. I didn't even notice he was there. So then that dude proceeds to just talk to me about my car.
Yeah.
And I know, I'm like, I think I might be fucking good. I think I might get away with this. And I told him, I was like, I was honest. I was like, I said to my roommate, I wanted him to take him up. He'd never been in this car. I want to take him up the street and then go ride back home. He goes, yeah, that. I was wondering why you done the Yui right away. And I was like, because I'm going home. I was like, see the address on there? I live there. And he goes, like, they were in an undercover car. So it was just like an all blue, I mean, undercover. It's got antennas and it's a Crown Vic. But
if you're not a dumbass, you know what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, be careful. We're not the ones that are going to give you a ticket, but there's a lot of officers that will. Have a good day. And I went, I went, thank you very much, sir. Also, thank you for not being an asshole. I wish that was the rule, but it has ended up being the exception. He goes, oh, well, thank you very much. He shakes my hand. He fucks off.
I wouldn't have even said that. Why did you say that?
I had to.
You didn't have. That's a weird thing to say.
No. Yeah.
That's
you know what's funny?
weird.
You know what's funny? I learned later. I had weed in the car. Didn't even know I had weed in the car. I don't drive with weed ever. And there was a tiny little gram in the center console that I'd found like weeks later, and I went.
How do you just like happen?
When I go to a friend's house, I take it in the smell-proof container, so I can't smell it.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not a smart man, but I am a lucky one.
You make me paranoid.
Nah, I'm white.
Nah, that's not gonna last.
No, I think that will.
What?
Being white.
No, what I'm saying is eventually that will fade. Someday that will all stop.
Oh, I know. When I become the minority, they'll be like, oh, those shifty white people. And they won't be wrong. Like, I know white people pretty well.
White people are terrible.
Yeah. Like, I get it. Everyone's got their problems, but white people are pretty... We've had a good run. I'm ready for the caramel-colored people to take over.
Sure. I want to show you another clip real quick. So this is another one of those from the early 2000s. There's a really weird video. There's this guy in this fucking hotel room.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's creepy.
Oh, it's an E-Bombs video. Or they stole it, at least. Ooh, I think I might have seen this.
Some say the closer the bone, the sweeter the meat.
So he went to an hourly hotel
I'm a real big boy,
by himself?
Yeah.
and you're in for
To do this.
I didn't think I'd seen this. Oh my god, that's quarters well spent. You see he's got his dick kind of up so you can see like his non-erect dick.
He
Like,
had to do this multiple times to like get this many cuts.
how many quarters do you think he spent?
I mean, like, how many do you need to make that work?
I mean, he might have, depending on his art, how he wants to do his art, he might have wanted multiple takes. He might have wanted, let me jiggle this way.
Yeah. Because, I mean, you see it. He does it multiple times. He sets up the camera. And it's probably one of those cameras back in the day where you had the display that like popped down on the side and you could flip it the other direction.
Well, I mean, he just got done shooting the kids' soccer game, and he's like, now to go to the ghetto area.
That guy doesn't have kids.
No. He's got 3 kids. They're all adults
No.
now.
That guy. Okay, first
And he's
of all,
divorced.
First of all, I can tell you he's Canadian. For a fact.
And Canadians don't have children. This is a fact.
Because that band
Oh, is it?
playing.
Was that YYZ or something? I don't fucking know.
No, it is a band you have never heard of. It is called Canned Ham.
Canned ham.
Canned Ham. My buddy Jared and I saw this video when we were like in the 5th grade, 4th grade, something like that. And we were dying laughing. Enough to where we Googled the lyrics and we couldn't find them. Because it's early internet and you're looking for...
Yeah, there wasn't like Rap Genius
Yeah.
for every rap song.
There's no...
Now you can just start like put 5 words in a lyric
Yeah.
and you'll find it. It's crazy.
That was not the case back then because it was a obscure indie band that was Canadian.
I mean,
And
aren't most Canadian bands obscure? Let's be honest.
no.
And just shitting on Canada's culture.
The big thing was it was just this big guy and this skinny guy that were making like these weird music videos, and they had an album, and I ended up finding it maybe 5 years later. I found them on the internet. And as soon as I did, I showed Jared. It was they had a band camp up finally.
Oh, wow.
And-
So they've been around. They're like, hey, you know what?
I think they're long gone now. I mean, if they're still making music, God bless you guys. Canned Ham. Actually love to have you guys on here on like a
We'll do a tribute band called Canned
Google
Spam.
Hangouts call or something.
You know, because it's kind of like ham, but
It was weird, but yeah, back then we loved the song, and all we had was that clip.
yeah.
So we didn't know how much more of a song there was until a couple of years later, and then the song is just great through and through.
The one good thing about that video is I was worried you're going to make me feel worse about hotel rooms, and I've stayed in, a couple
Oh,
hundred
they're
hotel rooms at this
filthy.
point. Well, okay, so there's been some shit I've seen on Live Leak, and it's the things that people have done to hotel rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And like there was this one video, and it's of a dude pissing on everything in a hotel room. Everything.
It's like
There are-
it's like a fetish thing, or like fuck it, I'm in a hotel.
I think
thing?
it's fuck you, this hotel room. There are
Yeah.
people that lick various things, like that's their thing. And like I've been in many
Like,
Vegas hotel rooms.
lick fetish or lick like this is mine.
Both. I just remembered the grossest thing I found in a Vegas hotel room. So Harrah's used to be burned down, by the way. I was staying there because my previous company. Actually, I'll put you guys on blast. Silicon Angle, you guys fucking suck. They put me in Harrah's because they're assholes and they're cheap. And I'm there with my friend Kenny, and they had there was a Victoria's Secret yeasty thong hanging off of the in the bathroom with the shower curtain rod.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and it was just hanging there. This is a brand new hotel room, so that makes me go, well, what else did they miss? What else did they not clean?
Yeah.
There was
Shower curtain's pretty obvious.
the fact that it had discharge on it made it worse. It was just
Yeah.
underwear. That's one thing, and I found it by my friend, whose his favorite thing was to do. We got a smoking room so we could smoke cigarettes and take a shit. And he went in there like, ah! I hear like this womanly scream because he was eye level with it as he was walking out.
Yeah.
So we went down to the front desk and we're like, we want a new fucking room. And the woman would not budge. She would not give us a new room. I kept trying, and like I'm a good in my family we call it Thousand Islanding someone, and we'll get to that. Ask me that another day. What thousand? How it's that? It's my dad just went off on someone about Thousand Island dressing, and I can give a good Thousand Island when I want to, and I did, and the best we got was a free fucking buffet. I took it. I took it. I took it.
Okay, just a hit on the whole buffet thing. Vegas
of them suck.
buffets. There's no fucking way, because I've heard, and that's a loud fucking car.
Right? It must be a Honda.
Dude is
I still hear it. Wow.
yeah, he's
Hold
he's
record.
probably 2 blocks down right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Buffets. Buffets.
fucking
Jimmy
people
Buffett.
in their cars in this road. So anyway, buffets in Vegas, upwards of like $60.
A lot of them are very expensive, yeah.
How in the fucking hell do they get away with that? There's no way it's that good.
Vegas is the city of fuck you because you're here. Nothing is of high quality there. Everything is just high expense. The only way I've ever gotten to like try a lot of the shit in Vegas is because I was there for work and I was able to invoice it.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, like the Aria buffet is pretty good, but it was like $55. Actually, it was $55 with bottomless beer, which was a great move.
Mm-hmm.
But I've never spent more than $30 in a buffet, and why would you spend $60 for like warm as fuck prime rib?
That's
and
the
mashed
deal.
potatoes been touched by children and grandmothers.
I see the value in getting variety. I see the value in you can eat as much as you fucking want and just be a shithead.
Yeah,
But
especially when you're drunk, it's like fuck it.
But the quality,
It's not very good.
no. It can't. Sitting there.
No.
And for me, I think it's around $18 to $20 is where I start getting diminishing returns on how good I think something is versus its value.
Yeah, well, especially around food for you.
Yeah. 'cause
You don't like fancy things.
Yeah, we've been through this. Like, I'm never going to be the guy to go out and buy a $100 plate thing just because it's some renowned chef and he plates it really well or some shit. I don't fucking care, dude. If it tastes good, it tastes good.
I got ruined invoicing meals for years and being able to spend like $100 on dinner, and then you learn like
It's still
when you eat at
food.
various places like what a $100 dinner is. And mind you, I haven't done that in years at this point because I've been broke. But if you can afford it, there are places where it's totally fucking worth it. It's an experience. I'm big on experiences.
I don't know, man. To me, it's always going to come down to food is still food. I've spent $10 on something that tastes amazing. The most I've spent on dinner is probably around $100 to $110.
For just yourself?
No, just myself. If I use those same numbers, probably $65 to $70.
I mean, that's not bad. I like, not that I think
Depending
people
on-
need to spend money, but
No, and I'll name the places for reference. There was the Brazilian Steakhouse. I had
fuck ton of meat. Yeah, you probably enjoyed
it
that.
was like $50 just to fucking walk in.
Oh yeah, because you just you flip that flag.
Yeah.
and the meat man comes.
But I also had scotch. I also had cheesecake. If I was there, I'm gonna experience it. That's my rule. Like if I'm already going in the whole fucking eating dinner at this place, might as well experience what it is to go the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
Same thing with Cooper's.
Cooper's is pretty good. Yeah. Cooper's Barbecue in downtown here in Austin.
Second
Really
Congress, so good.
Which is, I mean, that's kind of hard to spend that much at Cooper's though, because like if I spend
Nah.
$50 there, that's a lot of food, and I've had like a beer or two.
Oh no, well, there's always food left over. So
okay.
for a reference of what that is maybe 2 or 3 kinds of meats because you can get them in like various sizes.
I always get burn ends brisket. That's
But
one thing I get.
but I'm not gonna go frequently. So I want to try a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I'm getting a pound of each thing. I tell them like, hey, can I get a quarter pound or like a half pound of this or whatever?
something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Because I know I'm gonna take some home. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
like
I plan that with barbecue all the time.
baked potato, like macaroni. and
Oh, okay.
then-
You really did have Cooper's. I
Yeah,
go there
yeah.
just for the fucking meat. I don't want to waste any room for anything else.
No. Then that's what I'm saying is, I understand what you're doing there, but for me to experience that restaurant, that place, why people think it's better than another place, I need to know what it is you have to
This
offer.
is true. Yeah, you can't be like, oh, I had this one thing and it was good.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, but everything else may suck.
Yeah.
You don't know.
And I don't think that's the case with Cooper's. I love Cooper's. I think that is the best barbecue in this town. I'll stand by that.
Yeah, and it's like Salt Lake isn't very good.
Fuck Salt Lake.
Honestly, Rudy's is on
Rudy's
par
pretty
with
good, yeah.
is on par with Salt Lake, if not better sometimes.
Salt Lake people, let me tell you why
It's
I
just
don't
because
like
the Food
you.
Network likes to shoot there.
Yeah, I mean, your venue's cool as shit. I'll give you that.
I would totally hold a reception there if I had money, like money.
The only meat that's great there is brisket. Everything else is fucking
sausage fucking
okay.
sucks.
Your sides fucking suck.
Oh, their sides are really bad.
It's just potato salad, onions, pickles, and then beans.
Yeah, I don't even think they
I
have
don't
mac
like
and cheese.
any of that shit. No, they don't have anything else. I even asked them like, "Hey, can I just get a fucking potato instead
They're
of
like,
this shit?" And they're like, "No, we
what?
can't do that." I was like, "So wait. You have potato salad. You refuse to give me a potato.
Potato salad.
I'm not even asking you to fucking dress it up.
Can you just you see that big
I
hot
just
thing?
wanted something of a side.
Can you
that
set a
that
potato
I
near
like.
the hot thing over there?
So.
The meat pit?
Yeah, fuck them.
Man,
Franklin's still haven't had. I've lived here 10 years.
we almost did, and then
12
they
years.
got struck by lightning.
Yeah, we actually had-
and they didn't burn down, but one of their buildings burned. They had to close, and we had a brisket, or one of our ex roommates had a brisket on order for a friend coming in, and
Yeah.
we were gonna get to enjoy that. Never did. I would like to do it at some point.
That's an act of God. I think
yeah.
at that point, I mean, that's when I kind of determined, like, I'm okay with not having it because that's as close as I was, like, it was going to be delivered to my house.
Yeah, you didn't have to do anything.
Nope. And nature was like, nope.
Yeah, I would like to, if I hit it big this year at all, I'd like to bring a brisket home to San Diego when I go to see the family. I'd like to bring a Franklin's brisket home if I can. I know
there's-
they'll mail them. Everyone will do that, but like I just want to bring one on the plane with me. It's easy.
Yeah. So go to the Austin subreddit. There are specific instructions on how to do that well.
Yeah, because like that sounds awesome. And like my family likes meat. We are a meat people.
Yeah. The third place that I'd spent that money, Trulux.
Okay, I mean that's a name.
It's I think they're like surf and turf, but it's like you dress well, the whole fucking thing.
That always pisses me off when people dress like this for going to somewhere where you're spending more than $50 on dinner. If you're going to the Olive Garden, I don't give a fuck. But if you're going somewhere where like the waiters are actually like professionals, where the wait staff are very professional and all that shit, it's like wearing something to the theater. You should respect like what's going on.
Most places do enforce a dress code.
Yeah, which I'm not against.
My my sister and her husband, they were telling me a story when I was back home where they had been out all day hanging out with their friends and stuff, and they were like in workout clothes and stuff.
Yeah.
And for reference, they're in DFW, and they had gone to this nice bar. It was like a speakeasy Kind of like how we have at Firehouse.
Yeah, Firehouse,
where
yeah.
the door is hidden
Shut
or
oak.
whatever.
Through a bookcase. Yeah.
So they went up to the place to go in,
And they're like, nah.
and they got turned away.
I did a douchey one once, but it's different. So Perry's in downtown, they
Yeah.
do the pork chop lunch,
Yes,
which is
so-
the best deal
yeah.
ever. It's about 2/3 the size of the dinner portion, and it's $15. You get your pork chop, which is massive, mashed potatoes, applesauce, and bread. And I had just come off of like a meeting or something, and I was wearing just normal clothes. I wasn't even dressed like work. Like normally I look decent for work, and I sat at the bar. I didn't get a table or anything.
Yeah.
And they knew what I was about. So like I was like, hey, sorry, I'm dressed like a douche. And they're like, nah, that's cool, it's cool. Oh, you know what it was? I just come from working service. I was wearing my service shirt from another restaurant, and when I was leaving, I only eat half that when I'm there because it's so huge.
It's a known thing. I think
Oh,
they're
yeah.
used to it. I think because
I
that's
still
what
felt
people
like a
go there
douche.
for.
I still felt like a douche. But I did. I was like, got the bartender. I'm like, hey, can I get a? They'll give you as much bread as you want. Like, can I get a loaf of bread to go? And he's
Yeah.
like, I got you, fam. I'm like, yeah.
I think most people, when I think they're gonna dress like shit, and I think they're gonna like go somewhere that's kind of like halfway. And when I say halfway, like they're not gonna go to like if you want like good food, a good in between is probably gonna be Easy Tiger.
I mean, Easy Tiger's a bar too, which is fine because it's the most popular bakery here. It's also got
They
a
provide bread
coffee.
for almost everyone, right?
So much so that they have a
second
separate
factory.
place,
Yeah.
just for doing that. And like I've
It's
been there,
so good.
I've been there pissed drunk during South by, like especially last year. I did it real hard for 2 weeks. I was effectively just drunk, because I just Ubered home every time. Like I don't remember part of it. Now going on the spending money on food thing, the most expensive meal that was ever purchased for me was
Not invoiced.
not
Out-
invoiced.
Out of your own pocket.
Oh, out of my own pocket. I think I've spent.
'Cause
spent,
invoicing is
like-
different when your company's paying for it.
Yeah.
I still don't. I don't think you get the same appreciation for the value to.
Not as much,
taste.
no, and I would spend it gratuitously because like it would be the best meal I was having that day.
Yeah.
Because I'd be working like a 12-hour day shooting, and I would have some form of breakfast, and then like the fastest lunch possible. So I spent probably $250 at McCormick and Schmick in downtown LA one year for Valentine's Day. I will never go out Valentine's Day again.
For a date, two people.
For a date, yeah.
Okay.
But so that was about a 125 for me. And I did the fucking everything. We had oysters, we had fucking cognac, we had dessert. I will never do Valentine's Day eating out. I love to cook. I will always now cook for Valentine's Day, and then we will eat out the next day. Because what it does is they reduce the fucking menu. The service was terrible. The food was okay. And you know, we were some of the youngest people there, so they treated us like that.
Yeah.
Mind you, I'm spending fucking money. So future, you know, whenever I have a betrothed, I'm just gonna cook, and then we'll go out the next day or a week later. It's fucking stupid.
I think you just went to a shitty place.
Well, no, McCormick and Schmick I realized later it was a chain. Wasn't that great? I'm trying to think of the other places I've spent a lot of money on. Man, it's been a while since I've spent a lot of money.
It's because we don't eat out anymore.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you know, I started this year
When-
broke as I normally do, so I've been eating. I was saying earlier, I grocery shopped 2 weeks ago, and I ate every single thing I
Yeah.
bought for the first time I think ever. I like to the T. Or actually, there's 3 eggs left, but I'm gonna eat those tomorrow.
But I'm just saying in general, past 6 months, we don't go get food often at all.
Yeah, and
I haven't been to.
I would like to get back into that.
I haven't been to a restaurant. Maybe 5 to 6 times in the past 6 months.
I mean, I hit Torchy's like
that's-
every other week or
that's
something.
including Torchy's, yeah.
Yeah, because it's also a little different for me because I work from home and I go crazy and I just gotta get out of the fucking
Yeah.
house. And sure, I could make my lunch and go to the park, but no, I want to be around people, which is actually why I'm gonna start doing the co-working space up the street because you know, after 12 years of working from home, the dog is not entertaining enough. Offices are distracting as fuck, but also is the houses too, because there are so many more interesting or fun things to do than work when you're at home. But I've been so bored this month.
I guess, I don't know. I don't really want to get on that because it's boring as shit. You're boring me talking about you being bored.
Happens.
Jesus.
I'm fascinating. What are you talking about?
Fuck this. It's time to end the show.
Soup's done.
Thanks for watching this week. If you got some weird noises you made, let me know. I want to know about that. If you can recreate those noises, even better.
If you got funny videos, send them to us.
Send us some content. Send us some stuff to talk
Send us
about.
pictures of your butthole.
Otherwise, I'm just going to keep pulling weird videos, like fat dudes vibrating on top of hotel beds.
Or we'll find that live leak video of that dude pissing on everything, but we'll blur it
Yeah,
artfully.
we'll find it. Yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next week. I'm going to pretend that I can hear the outro music, but it's going to be added in post later. And if my head bobs to the same beat, that's even better.
Maybe one of us is on.
Maybe, I don't know. Really,